Hi again. I am going to do part 2 of this theft of the buy and sell, local buy and sell groups of Facebook groups. This is a follow-up from the last time, and this is a series I'm running to highlight the industrial scale of the thefts of Facebook groups. I've had a Facebook group stolen called Modular Homes and Buildings. It was stolen on the 24th of March, 2024. And I'm trying to get Facebook to get it back to me, but they haven't so far answered any of my messages or my emails. So I've also got together a huge list of 150 other Facebook groups that was stolen by the same profile that stole my Facebook group. And that is basically what I am doing here. So initially I ran a very long video with most of those groups in them. But it was too long and nobody would sit through the whole lot of it. So I've broken it down into categories, and I've done motorcycles, and I've done a first part in buy and sell, and this is the second part in buy and sell. So in this, today, there will be some public groups and there will be some private groups. And for the uninitiated, I'll give an overall view of the difference between the two. For a public group, anyone can see what members share in the feed in a group, whereas in a private group, only members of that group can see what they write. So that would help. A really private group might be a group of people who have a particular medical problem or something that they don't want to share with anybody except a particular type of person or a group of people. The admin would have a lot of control over who is allowed into the group, much more so than in a public group. But the thing is, with public and private groups, anyone can see who the admins of these groups are. So that helps us for our purposes. We're actually able to see that this a fake profile that stole 150 groups so far, Thomas Roberts, we're able to see his name against the private groups as well as the public groups. Now, before I finish the last buy and sell, local buy and sell groups, I touched on a scam that's going on at the moment that's particular to local buy and sell groups. So there's a lot of trust involved with local people, even if you don't know them very well. If you know they live in the area, you tend to have more of a trust than if they're in a different country or a different hundreds of miles away. So this scam is to exploit that. And one thing that they might do is they might share a picture of an injured animal, and they might be outraged at what has happened to this animal. Or the picture of a missing child is another one, and they would write something sad about it, and then they'd ask you to share it to find its owner or to find a home for it or something, and then you would share it with all your friends, and you might ask them to share it with their friends, so it could have a ripple effect. And meanwhile, this scammer, this hacker, who is in control, very often now in control of the buy and sell local Facebook group, they will change all the content in that post and put some scammy links into the post. So then that runs out on your ripple effect. And then not only are the people in the group open to being scammed, but people on their friends list and their friends list and so on are too. So that is a scam that's starting on local groups. Another buy and sell scam, I haven't really got to the bottom of this one yet, but this is where somebody in the locality that you think you're dealing with, they're a scammer, but you think they're in the locality and you want to buy something off them, and they ask you to verify a number, to give your phone number so they can send out a verification number, and then they ask you for what that verification code is back. Well, this is often an attempt at phishing, and this is relative. This has only started in the last few months. So it's phishing for the information on your phone. And of course, nowadays, we all hold so much information on our phones. So that is another one to be careful of. But without further ado, I'm going to get straight into the buy and sell groups that we're going to look at today. There's a few public ones and a few private ones. So if you give me a moment, I will share my screen. So here we have the first one. It's Ventas and Phoenix, Arizona. It's nearly 60,000 members in the group. And if you go down, there's a bit of information on it. You can see that the group was set up on the 18th of August, 2020, Phoenix, Arizona. And there is Thomas Robert, who is the admin, and he took over this group on the 6th of December, 2023. So moving to the next group, we have for sale, wanted or trade, Hopkins, Eastover, Columbia, and that's got nearly 15,000 members. So there's not very much in the description. We know it started on the 3rd of December, 2014. And we can see that Thomas Roberts is the admin, and he took this group on the 22nd of February, 2024. Then we move on to Hartford County Marketplace and Tag Sales. This is a public group of 20,000 people. So this has a bit more information about it, and you might be able to identify some of this. If you do get in touch with me through the comments below, or I leave my link to Facebook, and you can get in touch with me through Messenger, tell me who it is. But it welcomes people. And then it says this page is sponsored and hosted by Tyler Treasures, currently located in the East Hartford, Connecticut Indoor Flea Market. So if you know anybody connected to that, do please let them know or let me know how to contact each other, so that we can expand our group so that we can go to Facebook with more people in as one go. That's what I've been trying to do at the moment. So moving on to that's when he took over the group. So moving on to the next one, we have Kentucky Buy and Sell or Trade. Now this is a group of 17.3 thousand people. So this group was created on the 18th of January, 2014. Not too much information about it. There is Thomas Roberts. So he took this group. He took this group on the 14th of February, 2024. So now I'm going to move on to the next group. It's South Portland Buy and Sell, a group of 17.7 thousand people. They have a little bit of information. It's just a little bit of rules, not enough to identify who owns the group. This group was created on the 10th of March, 2014. And Thomas Roberts took it on the 22nd of December, 2023. Now we have 4 more groups to cover, but they're all private groups. So there's less I can say about them. I can't see so much about them, but what I can see is obviously it's a private group. And this one here, Kauai, it's Hawaiian. My pronunciation of Hawaiian isn't great, but this is in Hawaii. It's 21.8 thousand, and the group was created on the 28th of December, 2014. So that's all the information on the group. And we have Thomas Robert, who is now the admin of this group. I cannot see when he took this over, but obviously his profile was only began at the end of June last year in 23. So it will have been since then. The next private group, I'm not sure what the picture is here. It looks odd, but it's Marketplace Cape Town. It's a private group of 65,900 members. It was created on the 30th of December 2021. So it's a buy and sell group, and there is Thomas Robert, and he obviously took over that group's between last June and now. We're in April 2024 now. So this last group is these two groups here. We've got a Swip-Swap Ormond Beach and Beachside buy and sell trade, and we have Kaysville, Centerville, Bountiful, Farmington, Layton, yardsale. So the two pictures here would suggest to me that these two groups were set up by the same person or people, although I think they're a long way apart from each other. But they're both private groups. So I'll start with Swip-Swap Ormond Beach. It's got 21,700 members, and we have quite a long introduction to the group. We can see that the group was set up on the 21st of December 2014. But I don't see any real identifiers except this. It did mention that who was the admin when these rules or when this blurb was put up was Tommy Cales. So if anyone knows of Tommy Cales, who ran a Facebook group for buying and selling in Ormond Beach or Beachside, which I understand is in Florida. Yes, Ormond Beach, Ormond by the Sea, Florida. And here we have the admin, which is Thomas Roberts, our hacker, and his sidekick, Dan Wagner, who is the moderator for the group at the moment. Now, the second one of these private groups, we have Kaysville, Centerville, Bountiful, Farmington, and Layton yardsale. So if we go into that, this gives us a bit of information. Now, this group was set up on 17th of June, 2013. And it asks to read the rules, but the people who are running this group was 4 people: Michelle Goddard, Dawnette Dial, Chris Perkins, and Wayne Shannon Marcalis. So if you know any of those people, please direct them towards my YouTube video or my Facebook profile. So here we see that Thomas Robert took this group at some point between last June and today, and Dan Wagner is the moderator for the group. So that brings us to the end of the second part of the local buy and sell Facebook group thefts. Thank you for sticking with me this far into the video. If you know of any of the people who had their Facebook group stolen, either among the ones that I'm showing here today or any Facebook groups that were stolen, do please get in touch with me, because I'm trying to draw this to Facebook's attention, and they're not being responsive so far. I'm also trying to get my group back, and the groups. Yeah, and helping other people get their groups back. We formed a little group of people. There's not many of us, but we're growing. And I do think that it's more likely that Facebook will listen to us as a collective rather than groups of individuals. There is a third part to the theft of Facebook groups, local buy and sell Facebook groups, which I'll do. But as you can see, there's just too many to cover in one video for this particular category of stolen Facebook groups. And this is just stolen by this one profile, this Thomas Robert. But thank you again for sticking with me this far in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.